ल नमस्ते सबैजना म निरज श्रेष्ठ अहिलेको हालै आउटगोइङ प्रेसिडेन्ट फर नेप्लिज एसोसिएसन फ्लोरिडा र सबैजनालाई नमस्ते यो हाम्रो नयाँ थरीको न्याफ पडकास्ट वी कल इट न्याफ पडकास्ट चौतारीमा स्वागत छ र मेरो साथमा छ मेरो मित्र र हाम्रो जनरल सेक्रेटरी मधु नेपाल त्यस्तै गरेर हाम्रो भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट विनोद बस्नेत र ट्रेजरर प्रीति Bhandary, actually. So, welcome all three of you for this new kind of a podcast which we are going to do it. Madhu?
Namaskar. Thank you, Dai, for this platform and having me in this very first episode of NAF Chautari. We will talk more later. Binod Priti बोल्न दिन्छु नि सुरुमा
Binod?
Uh, Namaskar, Miro. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak with you in this first episode of NAF Chautari. मेरो नाम विनोद बस्नेत म अहिले कमिटीको एक्जिक्युटिभ भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट र अब आउने कमिटीको प्रेसिडेन्ट र thank you for this opportunity and I hope it's going to be fun.
All right. Thank you, Binod. Priti?
नमस्ते मेरो नाम प्रीति भण्डारी नाफको करेन्टली ट्रेजरर अर्कोमा भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट अर्को एक्जिक्युटिभ कमिटीमा भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट excited to be the first one in the NAF Chautari. Let's see what are we going to bring to it.
All right. Thank you, Priti. Thank you, Binod, and thank you, Madhu. So yeah, so you NAF Chautari चाहिँ it's we have a concept of a regular चौतारी जसरी हामी गाउँघरमा चौतारीमा बसेर कुरा गर्छौँ हामी यहाँको चाहिँ जेनरली हाम्रो वाट्सएप र जुम मिटिङमा हुन्छ तर यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले भर्चुअल NAF चौतारी ग्रुपमा लिएका छौँ र यसो भन्दैमा हामी आजको प्रोग्राम सुरु गर्छौँ र यो आजको प्रोग्राम चाहिँ हामी यो चारैजना एक्जिक्युटिभ टिम हाम्रो एकजना एक्जिक्युटिभ टिममा अहिले यहाँ हुनुहुन्न र चारैजना हामी चाहिँ यो हाम्रो यो कार्यकाल चाहिँ कसो भयो के भएर के गर्न के छुट्यो होइन द्याट्स वेयर वी आर मोर फोकसिङ अन र यसलाई चाहिँ हामी जतिसके अलिकति इन्फर्मल रूपमै लिएर जान्छौँ र क्वेसन चाहिँ हामी चारैजनाबाट चारैजना सोधिन्छ तर मुख्य क्वेसन चाहिँ जेनरली म नै स्टार्ट गर्छु र मेरो फर्स्ट क्वेसन मधुलाई छ मधु तिमी न्याफमा आएको धेरै त भइसक्यो अलमोस्ट 6 वर्ष जस्तो भयो होला तिमी इन्भल्भ भएको होइन र तिमी नेपालबाट आउँदाखेरि पनि तिमी धेरै एक्टिभै थियो मोस्टली मिडियाहरूमा र तिमी यहाँ आएर पनि यस्तै सामाजिक कार्यमा पनि तिमी लाग्यौ होइन र तिम्रो यो न्याफको जर्नीसम्म आउँदाखेरि वाट यु थिङ्क इज मोस्ट इन्सपायरिङ थिङ यो डायस्पोरा अर्गनाइजेसनमा लागेर तिम्रो उसमा
इन्ट्रेस्टिङ कस्तो भयो नि म सुरुमा जस्तो सिकागोमा आएँ त्यहाँ चाहिँ फ्रेन्डसिप सोसाइटी थियो सिकागोको इट वाज नाइस होइन म सुरुमै त्यहाँ पनि इन्डाइरेक्टली इन्भल्भ हुनु पाएको थिएँ त्यस पछाडि म उता अलवानी गएँ अलवानीमा पनि त्यहाँ एउटा एसोसिएसन इट्स वाज काइन्ड अफ ग्रुमिङ भइरहेको थियो होइन त्यहाँ पनि म मेम्बर त थिएन मतलब एक्जिक्युटिभ टिममा त थिएन तर एउटा इभेन्टमा चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेट भएर पर्फर्म गर्नु पाएको थिएँ होइन आई वाज काइन्ड अफ लकी एन्ड अब उसमा चाहिँ फ्लोरिडा आइसके पछाडि चाहिँ काइन्ड अफ अलिकति ग्याप भइरहेको थियो अनि त्यहाँबाट बिस्तारै चाहिँ फ्लोरिडामा चाहिँ न्याफ छ र न्याफले चाहिँ राम्रो काम गरिरहेछ भन्ने कुराहरू थाहा पाइरहेको थिएँ अनि त्यो पाउँदा पाउँदै टालासीमा च्याप्टर बनाउने कुरा आयो अनि त्यसपछि च्याप्टरमा चाहिँ ल को बसेर काम गर्ने भन्दाखेरि त्यहाँ पनि मेरो नाम आयो होइन सो मेरो नाम आइरहेको थियो अनि आउँदा आउँदै त्यसरी चाहिँ च्याप्टर भयो अनि च्याप्टरबाट फेरि मेम्बर एट लार्ज भएर कम्युनिटी इङ्गेजमेन्ट हुँदै यहाँसम्म आएँ होइन इट वाज रियली इन्ट्रेस्टिङ एन्ड इन्सपायरिङ एन्ड एट द सेम टाइम कस्तो भने अरू धेरै जति पनि यिन अहिले मैले नाम लिएको अर्गनाइजेसनहरू छ नि दे आर रियली गुड के त्यो पोलिटिकल इन्टरफेरेन्स नहुने सबै राम्रो थियो र यो राम्रो मध्येको राम्रो अर्गनाइजेसनमा चाहिँ बसेर काम गर्नु पाउँदा इट वाज रियली नाइस
थ्याङ्क यू मधु विनोद तिमी you've been, I think it's been since 2015, I guess, if I'm correct, as the information secretary. तर त्योभन्दा पनि पहिले तिमी स्पोर्ट्सहरूमा पनि धेरै इन्भल्भ थियौ होइन तर तिमी अब यहाँ आउँदा चाहिँ सबैजनाले चाहिँ Binod is a kind of a silent leader who can lead so many organization very quietly but with a great leadership भन्ने मैले धेरैबाट सुनेको छु. So I want to hear from you. How was your journey now you becoming the next president of NAF?
सो मैले 2005 मा होइन 2005 मा जब म फ्लोरिडा आएँ त्यस पछाडि म उसमा फोर्ट मायर्स एरियामा बस्थेँ त्यो नेपल्स एरियामा अनि जस्ट दसैँ थियो दसैँ पछाडिको उसभन्दा एक दिन अगाडि विकेन्डभन्दा एक दिन अगाडि चाहिँ मलाई एकजना साथीले यहाँ फोर्ट लाडेरलमा बस्ने साथीले चाहिँ मलाई के भन्नुभयो भने ट्याम्पामा दसैँ प्रोग्राम हुँदैछ नेपालीहरूको गएर त्यहाँ चाहिँ एटेन्ड गर्नु भनेपछि अनि म भोलिपल्ट तुरुन्तै होइन कति बजी सुरु हुन्छ भने 2 बजे भने 2 बजेको लागि रेडी भएर 12 बजे नि त्यहाँबाट हिँडेर होइन म गएको थिएँ त्यति बेला त्यहाँ गएँ त्यस पछाडि त्यति बेला आई थिङ्क निरज आई थिङ्क युआर नो युआर इन स्टिल इन स्पोर्ट्स त्यति बेलामा अनि त्यहाँ जाँदाखेरि अब आई गट टु मिट पिपल होइन त्यति बेला त्यहाँ नेपालीहरू सबैजनासँग भेट भयो मलाई त्यस पछाडि चाहिँ एकदम इन्ट्रेस्ट त्यस पछाडिको न्यु इयरको प्रोग्राम चाहिँ ज्याक्सनभिल कि कता भएको थियो गेन्सभिल ज्याक्सनभिल समरतिर त्यहाँ गएको थिएँ अजय दाईहरूसँग भेट भयो होइन त्यो बेलामा अनि त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ सबैजनासँग त्यसरी चिनजान भयो अनि त्यसपछि त्यो हिसाबले चाहिँ मलाई एकदम इन्ट्रेस्टेड लाग्यो अनि त्यस पछाडि जब म यता 2010मा चाहिँ वेस्ट पाम बिचतिर सरेँ अनि त्यसपछि स्पोर्ट्सबाट निरजसँग पनि भेट भयो मेरो होइन त्यसपछि हामी स्पोर्ट्समा खेल्न थाल्यौँ अनि त्यसपछि स्पोर्ट्सबाट इङ्गेज भयो त्यसले गर्दा के भयो भन्दाखेरि यो कम्युनिटी भनेको सबैलाई चाहिन्छ कहिलेकाहीँ मान्छेहरूले के बुझ्दैन भन्दाखेरि अब हामी सबैजनाले के बुझ्दैन भन्दाखेरि जब त कम्युनिटीको एउटा ऊ हुन्छ होइन त्यति बेला सबैजनालाई त्यो छँदैछ भनेर वी टेक इट फर ग्रान्टेड होइन जब त्यो हुँदैन अथवा जब त्यस्तो किसिमको चाहिँ अर्गनाइजेसन हुँदैन त्यति बेला वी फिल द भोइड के अनि वेन आई केम हियर आई फाउन्ड द्याट इट वाज रियली रियली गुड होइन त्यो हिसाबले गर्दाखेरि के भन्दाखेरि आई फेल्ट होम होइन अनि यसमा सपोर्ट गर्दाखेरि होइन सबैजनाले सपोर्ट गऱ्यो भने सबैजनालाई चाहिँ फाइदा हुन्छ कमन गोलको लागि गऱ्यो भने सबैजनालाई फाइदा हुन्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्थ्यो अनि जब मलाई चाहिँ इन्फर्मेसन सेक्रेटरी हुने त्यति बेलाको प्रोग्रामको लागि आयो अनि त्यति बेला पनि अब मैले हुन्छ भनेर लिएँ अब लास्ट मिनटमा मैले ओके गरेर मैले त्यस्तो उसमा मैले गरेँ तर त्यति बेलाको चाहिँ मलाई के फाइदा भयो भन्दाखेरि मलाई पर्सनली भन्दाखेरि म पब्लिक स्पिकिङमा त्यति उ थिइनँ है त्यो बेला पछाडि चाहिँ मलाई यो पब्लिक स्पिकिङको लागि चाहिँ धेरै फाइदा भयो त्यसले गर्दा मलाई प्रोफेसनल्ली पनि फाइदा भएको छ होइन त्यो भएको हुनाले के भन्दाखेरि यो भनेको सबैको अर्गनाइजेसन हो तर यदि यसमा चाहिँ हामीले कुनै न कुनै रूपमा चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेट गरेर एक्टिभली पार्टिसिपेट गर्यो भने ओभरअल कम्युनिटीलाई त फाइदा हुन्छ हुन्छ तर पर्सनली पनि आफ्नो करियर अथवा जे कुरामा पनि त्यो चाहिँ आई थिङ्क इट विल बी रियली रियली गुड फर द पिपल हु वान्ट टु जोइन है त्यो हिसाबले सोचेर पनि अनि आई थिङ्क इट्स टाइम टु गिभ इट टु द कम्युनिटी वाइल you get it back yourself as well भन्ने चाहिँ मलाई लाग्छ होइन त्यही भएर म लागेको छु let's see how it goes.
Yep. Thank you, Binod. I think you have a very inspiring journey, actually. I think if I'm correct, that the revised version of the Indrani was, I think it's your bridge. I think that's where it got new versions and new look. And I'm pretty sure that there'll be more coming up with that one. Priti, I think you've been involved, I think, in the community service for a long time. I think, if I remember correctly, I think you have ran the Pathshala in West Palm Beach successfully for almost 6 years, if I'm correct, and 4 years?
8 years.
8 years. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. So you already had that kind of experience before also. Now, coming to NAF, your journey, so, the INLS Pathshala was just focused on the West Palm Beach Pathshala, I think, that time. But now it's a more broader community masa. So what do you think? What got inspired to join NAF, of course, and then also your community service. Actually, you've been active for a long time in a Florida community, actually, in a different aspects.
To be honest, मैले NAF join गर्छु भने त सोचेको थिइनँ होइन अब जस्तै पाठशालामा 8 वर्ष एज अ कोअर्डिनेटर काम गरेँ त्यो गर्दाखेरि आई अलवेज वान्टेड टु गिभ ब्याक टु द कम्युनिटी लाइक माई थिङ अमेरिका आएदेखि नै आई युज टु थिङ्क लाइक के गर्यो भने गिभिङ ब्याक टु कम्युनिटी अर गिभिङ ब्याक समथिङ टु नेपाल मलाई चाहिँ त्यो नेपाल छोडेर आएको भएर जहिले पनि ब्याक अफ द माइन्ड चाहिँ गिल्टी फिल हुन्थ्यो अनि सो पाठशाला चलाउँदा अनि पाठशाला ठ्याक्कै बन्द मैले ठ्याक्कै ह्यान्डओभर गरेपछि कोभिड भयो अनि पाठशाला त्यसपछि इन अ वे बन्द जस्तो भयो ठ्याक्कै ठ्याक्कै त्यो अगाडि पाठशाला छोड्ने बित्तिकै अनिलाले मलाई दिदी अनिलाको प्रेसिडेन्सीको बेलामा दिदी मेम्बर एट लार्ज बस्दिनुहुन्छ भने मैले ओके अब बच्चाहरू ठुल्ठुलो हुँदैछ मेम्बर एट लार्जमा धेरै काम गर्नु पर्दैन एटलिस्ट अलिकति आफूलाई गिल्टी फिल नहोस् कम्युनिटीलाई केही दिइरहेको छु भने जस्तो होस् भनेर जोइन गरेँ 2 वर्ष इट वाज गुड लाइक कोभिडले गर्दाखेरि अनलाइन प्रोग्रामहरू हुन्थ्यो भेरी इन्ट्रेस्टिङ नत्र भनेदेखि कहीँ जानुपर्ने हुन्थ्यो के हुन्थ्यो बच्चाहरू सानो हुन्थ्यो त्यो सबै सम्भवै थिएन होइन अनि त्यसपछि अनिलाको पालोमा आई गेस अरू बेलामा भन्दा प्रोग्राम्सहरू बढ्दै गयो मान्छेहरूको इन्भल्भमेन्ट पनि बढी हुँदै गयो अनि त्यसपछि when you decided to be the president and that's when you pulled me in अनि अब त्यो I guess in a way I could not say no to you so and that's how like I was like okay 2 वर्ष हो you know so basically at that point I was like you know what 2 वर्ष हो and I had never thought that I would be the treasurer like मैले जिन्दगीमा कहिले पनि म ट्रेजरर होला भनेर सोचेकै थिइनँ हैन तर कस्तो भने तिमीले ट्रेजरर बन्न नि त भने मैले आइसेड ओके अनि 2 वर्ष भनेपछि 2 वर्षपछि विचार गरौँला के कन्टिन्यू गर्ने नगर्ने भनेर अर मेबी आई विल टेक अनदर पोस्ट बट देन द्याट 2 years बिकेम 4 years अनि त्यसपछि पनि आई वाज लाइक ओके यु नो व्हाट आई हेभ अलरेडी गिभन इनफ फर द कम्युनिटी पहिलाको 8 वर्ष अहिले 4 वर्ष आई थिङ्क 12 वर्ष इज गुड त्योभन्दा बढी कति गर्ने भन्ने जस्तो भएको थियो सो आई वाज भेरी लाइक आई वाज in a dilemma like गरौँ कि नगरौँ फेरि कन्टिन्यू गऱ्यो you said okay be the vice president Binod said be the vice president and I was like no I don't want to be so actually I did take good amount of like maybe 2 months before I said yes because I didn't know like if I want to continue because if you do you have to give your 100% and I have seen that like last 4 years we have given our 200% from what we had started to where we are today. It's like, but I think the more you give, the more you want to give. And that's the feeling that I'm getting now because from that 2 years, now I'm already committed to another 2 years. So 6 years, so it's like the more you give, the more you want to give. I want to look at it from that point.
Yeah.
So that is how my journey is and plus अब बच्चाहरू ठुलो भयो so I don't have to like drive them around run after them so I have time for myself and this is something I want to do.
Thanks, Priti. Just for the record, Priti and I have been friends since we are age 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know. So we've been long way, I don't know. So I think that's a good point, Priti, actually. So I want to go to Binod, actually. Binod, you know, हामीले यो धेरै प्रोग्रामहरू गरे हैन यो टाइममा I think we throw so many different programs हैन यो प्रोग्रामहरू गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो इभेन्टहरू यो इनिसिएटिभ्स हामीले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ what do you think we should have done a little bit more हैन extra or what this can be lead to the next year presidency so kind of a you know I think it is important like you know to what we have done and how we are going to shape the coming as you know I always say that Madhu Nepal I'm Timarsan Kra then I always said that there are so many things I should have done better when elected so I think that's more you know just you know what do you think that probably will be the way you will handle this in the future
well I mean that's a tough question good question
it is
right I think मलाई मेरो विचारमा म भन्छु है त मेरो विचारमा म भन्छु भन्दा प्रोग्रामहरू भनेको NAF ले गर्ने प्रोग्राम हैन हामी एज अ कम्युनिटी गर्ने प्रोग्रामहरू दुई किसिममा चाहिँ म डिभाइड गर्न चाहन्छु के कस्तो भन्दाखेरि एउटा समथिङ द्याट इज निडेड राइट यु हेभ टु डु दिस बिकज यु नो द्याट देयर इज अ बेनिफिट यु नो कम्युनिटीले चाहिँ त्यसबाट बेनिफिट पाउँछ भने इट मे नट बी एज पपुलर हैन you may not get as much of you know response from the community but you know from your heart that this is a really good program to do and which we have done so many you know program like that and at the same time there are program that is really popular right and really popular it's more about feel good or enjoyment हैन अनि त्यो टाइपको हुन्छ अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ you might get a lot of response as well so you have to balance that किन भन्दाखेरि त्यो सबैजनालाई चाहिँ इन्जोयमेन्ट हुने सबैजनालाई रेस्पोन्स गर्ने प्रोग्रामहरू पनि हुन्छ किनभने त्यसबाट ह्याप्पिनेस आउँछ होइन ह्याप्पिनेस इज अलवेज गुड फर एभ्री वान त्यो मान्छे त्यो प्रोग्रामबाट ह्याप्पी भएर गयो भने यु विल गेट अ रियली गुड फिडब्याक पिपल विल हेभ अ रियली गुड रिस्पोन्स टु द्याट एन्ड होपफुली द्याट रिफ्लेक्ट्स इन देयर पर्सनल लाइफ एन्ड करियर एज वेल अर्को कुरा कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि वेदर पिपल are really responsive to, or whether they respond to the program or not. But what you feel is that message that is going to go out to the community is really, really important. And it will eventually, it may not be at this point, but eventually it is going to impact people. And people will come back to that and feel that 3 years from now or something like that, they will say, oh, you know what? 2 वर्ष अगाडि अथवा 3 वर्ष अगाडि तिमीहरूले यो प्रोग्राम गरेको थियौ आई थिङ्क द्याट वाज रियली गुड आई गो ब्याक एन्ड अहिलेको थ्याङ्क्स टु टेक्नोलोजी होइन हामीसँग त्यो छ त्यसको डेटा त्यो सबै इन्फर्मेसनहरू छ इट्स अन द वेबसाइट पिपल क्यान गो ब्याक एन्ड वाच इट त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई कस्तो लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि आई डोन्ट ह्याभ एनी रिग्रेट अन लाइक ओके मेबी वी शुड नट ह्याभ डन दिस लाइक द्याट आई मिन अभियसली हामी अझै बढी गर्न सक्थ्यौँ होइन तर आई बिलिभ इन द लास्ट म म म चाहिँ 3 वर्ष भयो होइन यो कम्युनिटीमा बसेँ कमिटीमा बसेको हामीले मैले जहाँसम्म लाग्छ आई थिङ्क वी हेभ डन अ लट देयर इज अलवेज चान्स फर इम्प्रुभमेन्ट होइन त्यहाँ चाहिँ जहिले पनि इम्प्रुभमेन्टको लागि हुन्छ अब प्रोग्रामहरू आउँछ त्यसको लागि हामीले गर्नुपर्छ डिसिसन लिएर गर्नुपर्छ तर नो अब त्यस्तो यो नगरेको भए हुन्थ्यो अथवा अझ बढी गरेको भए हुन्थ्यो भन्नुभन्दा पनि जति गरेको छ आई थिङ्क त्यसले चाहिँ कुनै न कुनै रूपमा चाहिँ पोजिटिभ इम्प्याक्ट छोडेको छ र आई होप आवर पब्लिक आवर कम्युनिटी इभेन्चुअली विल रिस्पोन्ड टु द्याट अनि द्याट विल मेक एभ्री वान अ बेटर पर्सन द्याट फ्रम द डे बिफोर द प्रोग्राम वाज हेल्ड अब भनौँ न जस्तै सन्दुक रुइतको प्रोग्राम होइन त्यति बेला जस्तै पुकार मल्लको प्रोग्राम होइन आई थिङ्क त्यति बेलामा हामीले जुन किड्सहरूलाई ल्याएको छ नि हाम्रो नानीहरूलाई पनि घरबाट ल्याएको छ उनीहरू देवर देयर राइट तिनीहरूको चाहिँ सोच्ने तरिकाहरूमा आई थिङ्क इट हेज मेड अ डिफरेन्स होइन अनि अब सन्दुक रुइतलेको प्रोग्राममा बोथ किड्स एन्ड एडल्ट्स दे अल ह्याड द्याट फिलिङ त्यस्तै अब हामीले क्रिकेटको गर्दाखेरि इन्जोयमेन्टको कुरा भयो होइन अनि त्यस पछाडि अब दसैँ र हाम्रो चाहिँ न्यु इयरको प्रोग्राममा त्यही किसिमको हुन्छ र ब्लड डोनेसनको कुरा भनौँ होइन द्याट्स अ रियली रियली गुड थिङ टु डु राइट वी मे नट ह्याभ एज मेनी पिपल द्याट वी थिङ्क सुड गो देयर अनि कसैको आफ्नो पर्सनल कुराहरूले हुन्छ होइन बट आई थिङ्क द्याट इज अ रियली गुड थिङ अब हामी एट अफ द हाइवे गर्छौँ इट्स tedious work, right? I mean, in the hot day or summer, we go there and clean that one. But there is that sign where it shows that Nepal, the Nepalese Association of Florida. So it has our name in there, right?
That's
so
right.
यो सबै कुराहरूले चाहिँ कस्तो फिल हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि I think we are going the right path, and hopefully we continue that. And let's see how community. I mean, at the end of the day, हाम्रो कम्युनिटीले कसरी चाहिँ नयाँ कुराहरूलाई ल्याउन खोज्छ. I think we should keep doing it.
Yeah. So one thing I just want to add, actually, Binod, I think you brought a very good point, actually. मलाई चाहिँ कस्तो लाग्छ भने I always tell all of you guys that if one person get benefits from that program, I think that's a successful program for me. And हामीले हाउसफुल प्रोग्राम पनि चलाएँ हामीले चलाए प्रोग्राम जसमा चाहिँ 20-25 जना पनि मान्छे थिएन तर 20-25 जनाको प्रोग्राममा पनि there was always 100% feedback. We have a good feedback. Household program, we always get a feedback. I think for me, is a one person getting benefits from the program is a successful program for me. Actually, I take that and really appreciate actually for all of you guys. I think.
एउटा बेनिफिट भयो अनि उसले अर्कोलाई सुनाउँछ अर्कोले अर्कोलाई सुनाउँछ that starts spreading the good message from one.
No, it is true because मैले त्यो हाम्रो डाक्टर सन्दुक रोहित आउँदाखेरि मैले मेरो काममा डेनमार्कमा मान्छेहरूसँग कुरा गर्दाखेरि लाइक देयर वर सम पिपल हु एक्चुअली न्यू हु डाक्टर रोहित वाज के I mean उनीहरूले यसरीसँग लियो कि इट्स लाइक ओ माई गड लाइक तिमीहरू यु गाइज आर सो लकी यु गाइज गेट टु मिट द डक्टर हिमसेल्फ इट्स लाइक आई गेस बिकज इन अ वे लाइक अरू कन्ट्रिजहरूमा कन्ट्री इट्सेल्फ इज सो बिग त्यस्तो पर्सनल अप्रोच हुँदैन नि. So when we have that personal approach with these people, like even क्रिकेटमा पनि मान्छे क्रिकेट प्लेयरहरू आएर हामी मिट एन्ड ग्रिट गर्दाखेरि मेरो इन्डियन साथीहरूलाई सुनाउँदाखेरि दे वर लाइक ओ माई गड यु गाइज ह्याभ तिमीहरूको त कस्तो राम्रो कनेक्सन लाइक यु गाइज ह्याभ सच अ गुड कनेक्सन एन्ड द्याट एक्चुली नट जस्ट यो मैले हाम्रो इन्डियन कम्युनिटी अथवा अरूसँग भने कि अरू लाइक मेरो नर्थ क्यारोलाइना भएको साथी अथवा अरू कतैको साथीहरूले दे टक अबाउट इट लाइक तिमीहरूको फ्लोरिडाको मान्छेहरू कस्तो इन्भल्भ भएर काम गर्छ, हामी कहाँ चाहिँ त्यस्तो छैन भन्ने हिसाबले आई हेभ हर्ड सो मच फ्रम अदर पिपल अल्सो.
I think we're trying to bring the community. I think Priti, you got the point. We're trying our best. I think that's the reason we have now Pass Vikas Chatra, five chapters, which is great. I think that's definitely will help us. Madhu, तिमी अब अनलाइन अफलाइन बसेर काम गरे यो उसमा होइन most of the time होइन तर you still give your most of the time here you're answering my text at 1:30 a.m. sometime you know so how you're managing and what do you think you should the upcoming general secretary should focus on especially they have a very active president and vice president, so what do you think you want to advise to the upcoming general? First give a perspective how you manage it and the second, what do you think probably we you should more focus on तिम्रो उसमा चाहिँ?
Thank you. म अहिले पहिलाको मोटिभेसनमा आउँछ मोटिभेसनमा एउटा मेरो के थियो भने जस्तो नेपालमा बस्दाखेरि रेडियोमा म प्रोग्राम चलाउँदा आई वाज मोर फोकस्ड अन आर्टिस्ट होइन एन्ड प्रमोटिङ देयर म्युजिक एन्ड द्याट वाज नट बेनिफिटिङ द माई लिसनर के खासै बेनिफिट दिँदो रहेन रहेछ त्यसले मैले चाहिँ पछि आएर के रियलाइज गरेको थिएँ भन्दाखेरि when I did that COVID awareness program through NAF platform होइन त्यति बेला चाहिँ बल्ल चाहिँ मलाई के भयो भन्दाखेरि आई सुड गिभ द्याट जसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अडियन्सलाई चाहिँ फाइदा होस् एटलिस्ट दे विल लर्न समथिङ द्याट विल बी युजफुल इन देयर लाइफ होइन हो त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ आइरहेको थियो र त्यो खालको प्रोग्रामहरू धेरै गर्नु पाएँ एन्ड द्याट वाज द मोर मोटिभेटिङ फ्याक्टर टु बी इन्भल्भ इन दिस अर्गनाइजेसन है
Don't forget podcast.
अनि अब अहिले चाहिँ पोडकास्टबाट चाहिँ वी आर ट्राइङ टु गिभ द्याट थिङ्स अब अहिलेको तपाईँको क्वेसनमा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ इट्स मोर लाइक कम्युनिकेसन होइन अब कम्युनिकेसन हामीले कसरी गर्ने र अहिलेको जस्तो टेक्नोलोजीको डेभलपमेन्टसँगै त्यसलाई चाहिँ कसरी युज गर्ने भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क द्याट्स द भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट थिङ्स जस्तो लाग्छ होइन जस्तो हामीले के गर्यौँ त भन्दाखेरि इमेलको लागि हामीले इमेलको ग्रुपहरू बनायौँ जस्तो एक्जिक्युटिभ टिमको मात्रै एउटा ग्रुप थियो हाम्रो मेम्बरसिप मेम्बर बनेकाहरूको अर्को छुट्टै ग्रुप थियो र लार्जर ग्रुपको इमेल थियो वी ह्याड ए डिफ्रेन्ट क्याटेगोरिज अफ इमेल होइन अनि त्यस्तै गरेर हाम्रो च्याट ग्रुपहरू थियो च्याट ग्रुपमा पनि हाम्रो स्मलर टिमदेखि लिएर लार्जर टिमसम्मको चाहिँ डिफ्रेन्ट ग्रुपहरू हुन्थ्यो त्यस्तै गरेर स्पेसिफिक बेस्ड अन द इभेन्ट हामीले चाहिँ गर्न लागेको कामको बेसमा पनि हाम्रो ग्रुपहरू हुन्थ्यो र त्यो ग्रुपहरू बनाएर त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट वाज मोर इफेक्टिभ जसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब मिटिङ सबैको टाइम मिटिङ गरेर जुटाउनु पनि परेन टेक्स्टमा क्वेसन राखे पछाडि चाहिँ मान्छेहरूले आफ्नो फुर्सदमा त्यहाँ रेस्पोन्स गर्ने भयो होइन सो आई थिङ्क वी डिड इन द्याट वे एन्ड आई थिङ्क द्याट वर्क मोस्ट अफ अस तर अब फर्दर जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ कस्तो भइरहेछ भन्दाखेरि थिङ्स आर चेन्जिङ के म आफू पनि अहिले टेक्नोलोजी ब्याकग्राउन्डमा आएको भएर पनि वाट आई क्यान फिल इज द्याट जस्तो इमेलकै लागि हुनसक्छ धेरै कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले अटोमेट गर्ने ग्रुपमा राखेर चाहिँ एकैपटक धेरैलाई चाहिँ कम्युनिकेसन गर्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ अटोमेटेड प्रोसेसहरू छ होइन सो वाइ नट टु युज द्याट होइन त्यसै गरेर अब आउने उसमा चाहिँ ती टेक्नोलोजीहरूलाई पनि युज गरेर चाहिँ मोर पिपुलहरूमा रिच आउट गर्न सक्यो भने त आई थिङ्क इट विल बी नाइस जस्तो एउटा स्टिल हामी वी आर doing different kind of programs to reach out the different kind of audience Nepalese people living in Florida and beyond होइन जस्तै हामीसँग कलेज स्टुडेन्टको नेटवर्क छ प्रोफेसनल नेटवर्क छ हामीले त्यो सबै गर्नुको भनेको सबैलाई ग्रुप टुगेदर ल्याउनलाई हो होइन स्टिल आई थिङ्क वी क्यान डु मोर थिङ्स थ्रु आवर सोसियल मिडिया प्लेटफर्म आई थिङ्क द्याट मे हेल्प टु ब्रिङ मोर Nepalese people to the NAF.
I think that's a good point. हामीले एक दुईचोटि ट्राई पनि गरेका होइन मधु होइन हामीले यो अहिले यो इमेल प्लेटफर्महरू छ अहिले होइन अनलाइन इमेल प्लेटफर्महरू आई थिङ्क द्याट्स डेफिनेटली probably, the new information, so probably should utilize it. अर्को एउटा चाहिँ तिम्रो यो टेक्स्टहरू पनि, which we have not tried it, होइन, तिम्रो mass टेक्स्टहरू. I think that's a very important during a hurricane season. I remember जब वेस्ट कोस्टमा हरिकेन आउँदाखेरि Chebanji was the only person I able to contact it, but so many Nepali community got impacted at that time, होइन. If that kind of a system was set in advance, I'm like, धेरै सजिलो हुन्छ reach out on, because that's the only way we can. I think that's definitely probably something which, the upcoming team will probably look at it, actually. Thank you. Thanks, Madhu. Priti, I think, if I'm correct, that you have able to increase the NAF finance good amount, right? I think there's so many factors there, yes. But you just manage it very well also, yes. All of us, right? Like looking at the budget, looking at the, how we're going to spend it, and is it worth it or not, right? So, पहिलेको भन्दा अहिले धेरै अलिकति फाइनेन्शियली डिफरेन्स भएको छ, तर फाइनेन्शियली एउटा अर्गनाइजेसनले फाइनेन्शियली एउटा ऊ पनि तयार गर्नुपर्ने छ, होइन. आई थिङ्क हामीहरूको बजेट भनेर चाहिँ एक्ज्याक्टली त्यही छैन, होइन. तर अब आउने उसमा चाहिँ तिम्रो के सजेसन्सहरू, व्हाट डु यु थिङ्क वी शुड थिङ्क अबाउट, होइन. अब स्पेन्डिङ त छँदैछ, होइन, तर सेभिङ्स, रेजिङ आर भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट टु रन अर्गनाइजेसन, होइन. I want to see NAF have an annual budget of 250,000 in the coming 10 years now, yes. So, I think you already kind of set those kind of a bar for the coming treasurers, yes. So what do you think, Timur Vichar, what are the things we need to focus on? What are the things we need to streamline, yes? Not that every administration is perfect, but we learned from the hard way, yes. So just share your thoughts.
So, I mean, it's not easy, honestly speaking. Like गएर मान्छेहरूसँग कुनै प्रोग्राम अगाडि गएर sponsorship को लागि भन्नु, it's not, and also it's because it's not your personal thing, you're doing it for the community, but then like there are some donors actually गएर भन्ने बित्तिकै they are willing to help us, but then there are some like where 10 चोटि गएर घचघचाइ राख्नुपर्छ, and it's you get very disappointed at times because it's not मैले आफ्नो personal एजेन्डाको लागि गरेको होइन, you're trying to do something for the community. त्यस्तोमा चाहिँ I hope like even the community members एउटा कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भनेदेखि यस्तो अर्गनाइजेसन भन्ने बित्तिकै certain मान्छेको thought processमा के हुँदो रहेछ नि, it's political and I don't like politics. But people has to think it that, okay, these people are giving their time and energy to do something for the community. So let's try for everyone to come together and do it for the community. त्यो concept हुने बित्तिकै like even fundraising को लागि होस् या जेसुकै लागि होस्, we like अहिले हामीले भनौँ न 5,000 केही कुरामा उठायौँ भनेदेखि if the community members come together, maybe it will be like $20,000. So we have to think of a way where we can bring people together, because community ma एकजनाले पैसा दिएर मात्र हुँदैन, हैन. It's all about fundraising and how we can do it for the community. जस्तै अब अनि आफ्नो इन्ट्रेस्टको कुरा, जस्तै अब क्रिकेटको बेलामा who knew that, I mean, we did the auction for the first time. Who knew that those many people will be actively involved, drive 4 hours from Orlando to take part in that just because they loved it. So we need people like that who would show that kind of enthusiasm and give it to us. Okay? I still want to reach out to people and tell them like, okay, do it for the community. It's not for Niraj, it's not for Binod, it's not for Priti or Madhu. It is for the community. NAF is yours. And I think त्यो गरे भनेदेखि चाहिँ there is so many things we can bring it to the people, जसले चाहिँ हामीलाई फन्डरेजिङहरुमा to, अनि obviously हातमा पैसा भयो भने तिमीलाई जुनसुकै प्रोग्राम पनि you can do it in such a way that people will have less thing to complain about, right? So त्यसले गर्दाखेरि it's like I want to reach out to the people and say that, okay, this is for you guys, this is not for us, we are just doing it because we like doing certain things, but हामीले गरेको भनेकै तपाईहरु सबैको लागि हो भनेर त्यो गर्यो भनेदेखि चाहिँ I think at the like in future we will be able to like bring more better programs, because कुनै पनि प्रोग्राम गर्दाखेरि like बजेट सधैँ हेर्नुपर्छ हैन. अब कुनै प्रोग्रामको लागि बजेट भएन भनेर maybe we'll do it in a library, maybe something that we could be able to do it at a community center. So त्यो सबै हेर्दालाई चाहिँ we have to think like, okay, यो प्रोग्राम गर्दाखेरि यति मान्छे आउँछ, यतिको फन्ड रेज गर्न सक्छौँ. सो त्यो सबै it's not it's not easy thing. मान्छेले हेर्दाखेरि ए यो प्रोग्राममा त यिनीहरूले यस्तो मात्र गर्यो, तर they don't know behind the scene कति टाइम एनर्जी कति हाम्रो खर्च भइरहेछ, कति like I mean there have been times when afternoon I have to go to Wellington Community Center to sign up something, and then त्यो 2 घण्टा उ गर्नलाई राति after work hours 7 बजेदेखि 9 बजेसम्म बसिराख्न काम सिद्ध हुनु पर्यो हुन्छ. So we are doing all of that. You know how much you are doing. So it's like I just want to tell कि यो financially stability को लागि the community has to come together.
I think that's a good point, actually. त्यो मात्र पनि नभइकन Priti, I think we can bring so many programs. जस्तै अब म यो ट्याम्पामा 2टा प्रोग्राम गरेँ हामीले, होइन, that was a but because it was a we funded that program, but people took advantage. Yes, so we can bring so many those kind of programs. Yes, so हामीलाई हाम्रो छ नि अब धेरै ल्याउने प्रोग्राम जस्तै एटलान्टिसमा भयो, हामीले एटलान्टिस युनिभर्सिटीमा भयो. We didn't do it, but we actually funded the Dasai program. But everybody was happy, and I think that every smile from that students during that program was a kind of our, that we did something. When it's the program got on, I think that really, I think that's a good point. That's Priti. I think that's thanks a lot actually for sharing. Zanazan Priti, do you think you want to give any suggestions to your success who is taking over the next your roles?
I mean, I guess just like we do like every quarterly financial report, so I guess not like what we can do is we can figure out some ways to I know we never did it, I don't know why, but I know like there are companies who have put aside budget for 501c organizations. So maybe we can start like reaching out to those companies, and then like I would tell my successor that okay, like let's work together, and start reaching out to companies in Florida, and maybe we'll be able to get something like that. Something from them.
I think that's a good point. Actually, we need to find the companies which can do a dollar to match whatever program or fundraise. Actually, that's a great thing. And there are a lot of companies.
यसमा अलिकति म भन्छु. I think Priti brought a really good point. के भन्दाखेरि as a community, right? I mean, we are a big community. If you just think about that, like number of members, right? I mean, not the paid members. I'm not talking about the paid members or not, right? I mean, it's like community as a whole. In Florida, I think, धेरै छौँ. There are like even यो पल्टको दसैँको प्रोग्राममा, right? I mean, there are certain sponsors, right? Let's as a community, right? As a community, मेरो चाहिँ के hope के हो भन्दा as a community, let's respond to those sponsors somehow, all right? ताकि as a community त्यहाँ हामी 400 जना 500 जना कति आउँछ हैन दसैँको प्रोग्राममा. If they all somehow contacted them, called them or something, to let them know that it was great for them to sponsor. To भयो भने के हुन्छ भने at least they will see that the sponsors would see that okay, it's been reflected, right? If we all gather somehow like that, अनि त्यसपछि if we reach out to other companies around outside, and when the companies see that there is a response coming from the community members, and I think that would really help. त्यो भयो भने के हुन्छ, त्यो हुने बित्तिकै के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि हामीलाई यदि स्पोन्सर्सहरू त्यसरी भयो भने सडनली डाइरेक्ट इम्प्याक्ट के हुन्छ भने हामी टिकट्सको रेट घटिहाल्छ हैन, अथवा त्यो किसिमको हुन्छ एक्सपेन्सहरू चाहिँ त्यो कभर हुन्छ. त्यो भएको हुनाले everyone is gonna get benefit first, right? The second is as a team, as a community, I think we will grow financially and we will be able to help anywhere whatever the प्रोग्रामहरू सक्सेसफुल हुन्छ. सो हामीले एज अ कम्युनिटी मेम्बरहरूले चाहिँ जो स्पोन्सर्सहरू हुन्छ तिनीहरूलाई चाहिँ आई थिङ्क वी निड टु सो देम द्याट वी saw you, we recognize you as a sponsor, and let's show them that, so that when next time when we go there, we don't even have to say anything. They know that this community has responded to me. So I think that is something that we need to work on, and hopefully we need to make sure. I mean, that's a lot of work. त्यो कुरा चाहिँ सबैमा चाहिँ हामीले जानकारी गराउनको लागि चाहिँ आई थिङ्क दिस रियली रियली इम्पोर्टेन्ट एन्ड होपफुली वी रिच आउट टु ब्रोडर कम्युनिटी वेयर इट्स नट ओन्ली त्यो स्पोन्सरसिपको लागि किनभने हामीले चाहिँ यहाँको चाहिँ इकोनोमीमा चाहिँ जुन किसिमको चाहिँ उ गरिरहेको छौँ होइन इम्प्याक्ट गरिरहेको छौँ होपफुली यहाँको इकोनोमीले पनि हामीलाई चाहिँ त्यो किसिमको चाहिँ रिस्पोन्स गरोस् 501c3 को लागि थ्याङ्क्स
Madhu,
फर ब्रिङिङ
you
द्याट
want to
अप
add something, यसमा?
होइन एकदम रियली राम्रो कुरा ल्याउनु भयो अहिले यहाँ एकछिन ब्रेक लगाउँ भनेर म पज गर्न लागिरहेको छु है
म त्यसैमा कन्टिन्यू गर्छु म यसमा कन्टिन्यू
तपाईँ
गरेँ
कन्टिन्यू
एक्चुली
गर्नु
यो म एक्चुली यसमा एड गरौँ है त मैले देखेको चाहिँ के हो भने यो पैसा जुन चाहिँ हामीले ल्याउँछौँ नि होइन there are a couple of things we utilize. We don't utilize for any of our personal stuff, but we utilize for a couple of things. One is to हामीहरूको administrative communication to the community राम्रो गर्नलाई होइन communication राम्रो गर्नलाई I think that's an area we definitely need to put more money for sure because more we reach out, more we get out होइन अर्को एउटा देखेको चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ यो कुनै पनि जरुरी भएको खण्डमा कुनै पनि उसलाई चाहेको खण्डमा कहिलेकाहीँ हामीले यसो आफ्नो अर्गनाइजेसनबाट 500-600 रुपियाँ अथवा जति भयो दिन सक्दा पनि आई थिङ्क it feels good to us that hey, we can help someone, right? Assuming this can be the one of the big pot of money some point, होइन यो एउटा हाम्रो के भन्छ एउटा immediate relief fund, होइन rather than going to the GoFundMe money, होइन we can just do some of these things. That's the other thing. And at the same time, we can help to build दुईटा चिज गर्न सकिन्छ मेरो विचारमा एउटा चाहिँ हामी बसेको community, which I always feel I'm proud that the community where we are staying right now, to work with them, yes, to bring like a Habitat for Humanity or NAF ka यो हामीले cleaning process को उसको लागि भयो अथवा we can expand these things त्योबाट भयो होइन or we do a kind of a health campहरू भयो होइन so if we can invest, that's kind of where we can invest it. And at the same time जस्तै हामीले NAF Communication Center अनुसार त्यो हामीले outside our community, which is I call it the Nepal, हाम्रो नेपाल फोकस प्रोग्राममा पनि गर्न सकिन्छ अनि त्यो बाहेक जस्तै हाम्रो पुनम राउतले दिइरहेको $500 छ त्यसमा डलर टु डलर म्याच गरेर हामी 2-3 एप्लिकेसन आउँदाखेरि उ गर्दाखेरि so there's so many ways we can utilize too actually. And adding that Binod तिम्रो भनेको उसमा चाहिँ I think we need to kind of work on the Friends of Nepal kind of a center also होइन यही ग्रुपमा NAF को अन्तर्गतमै किन there are so many people who wants to work with the Nepal होइन अब हाम्रै पालामा कतिजना गोराहरू आएर कुरा गरेछ मतलब उनीहरू आएर हाम्रो के भन्छ उनीहरूले आएर अब यो प्रोग्राममा हामी पनि पार्टिसिपेट हुन्छ यो प्रोग्राममा हामी पनि so there are a lot of friends of Nepal there. I think we should focus on them that way we can bring more financially also the kind of a collaboration. I think those things are important जस्तो लाग्छ मेरो आफ्नो मैले देखेको होइन तर as I said like as we go bigger and bigger we'll have a structural administrative organizations and that will help us to focus on the programs पनि जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई होइन so I think that's something which finance is a very important part अहिलेको उसमा चाहिँ so I think that should be keep growing for sure actually. So just want to continue but I just want to let 3 of you to ask me a question too because I'm also asking questions because I want to be in a hot seat too. So I'll let you guys ask some questions because as I said this is more informal Chautari. हामीहरूको WhatsApp group 4 or the हामीहरूको Zoom call post meeting Zoom call. So yeah, you guys can ask me questions.
I'll go first. So how like what changes have you seen in last 4 years like as a president? Like let's not talk about I mean I guess you can talk about you as a general secretary and you had been the student forum you were the student coordinator
Nepal Study Forum.
Yeah. So you have been active member from a long time. So how do you see NAF from that time to now? Like where have you brought NAF to now? And when you're handing over to Binod, how do you see it and like what is your expectation from this next executive team?
So yeah, so when I actually started in 2008, I think I'm very happy that I kind of introduced sports actually first time. मैले देखेको चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ एकदमै पहिले चाहिँ म आउनु अगाडि चाहिँ जस्ट देयर वाज बी अ इभिनिङको कल्चर प्रोग्राम हुन्थ्यो होइन सो अबिकटल मेमोरियल फाउन्डेसनबाट त हामीले सकर स्टार्ट गरेपछि द्याट्स वेयर आई सट ओके अलराइट यु एड एन अनदर 40 new people in the event, which is a sports. And then from soccer to the volleyball to the tennis to the pickleball, I think we get more people out. So that was a kind of my kind of one of the big, I think that I brought that one was a great move. Story forum मा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ के देख्यो भने मैले you need to bring the things what requires for community जस्तो लाग्यो क्या मलाई होइन I am very happy that I got a chance to work with Pramodai, respected Pramodai. त्यति बेला Pramodai was kind of a mentor, and I used to throw my idea, and he used to correct me, and then we used to run the program. अनि एउटा प्रोग्राम चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ त्यस्तो प्रोग्रामहरू गर्छ जस्तै हामीले यो फर्स्ट एड गऱ्यौँ होइन त्यसपछि यो कसरी चाहिँ मेडिकल इन्सुरेन्सहरू नहुँदाखेरि स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूले चाहिँ कसरी ह्यान्डल गर्ने दोज थिङ्स आर भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट सो त्यसपछि त्यो एउटा आउँदै गयो क्या होइन त्यसपछि ओ दिज आर द थिङ्स वी निड टु ब्रिङ इट बिकज दिस इज आवर सेकेन्ड होम and there are people who doesn't know how to survive in this community but we need to train our community to be part of this community to understand how we survive in this community so मेरो focus चाहिँ त्यस्तो उसमा भयो होइन and then I continue to kind of come to the when I became a general secretary with Anila actually. So we kind of post-COVID time भएकोले पनि it was easy to reach out more people हुन्थ्यो पहिले focus programmer भनेको हाम्रो वेस्ट पाइनमा मात्र हुन्थ्यो होइन so we can reach out the broader audience and that's where we thought probably okay this is a perfect time now there's a platform to reach out everything everywhere actually in Florida. I remember I think one of the program which we ran was the FDIC program. I think you remember that. You guys all remember that. And that program was actually attended by almost 125, 150 people actually all over the US actually. And two program was kind of helped me to understand like okay these programs are important regardless हामीले Florida program there's a lot of people we can reach out. So आफ्नै presidency आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ I thought like all right since I have a kind of a baton now I can throw anywhere I want. Then I started to try this program, that program, this program, and then I thought okay this kind of program we should do it this way, this kind of program we should do it this way. This is the community you need to reach out for this program. This is the community you reach out for this program. So now I can know like if you want a program A, like I can figure it out. Like I can know that this A program is perfect for this community, this chapter. This community is this one. To see, I got the idea. So that's kind of is a very important factor I learned in my 10 years, and that's how I'm going to help upcoming Binod Basnet. And this is a Miro Usman say, I think it is important to focus on the, you take whatever you get the programs, you just need to figure out how to, kind of attract that program where you want to go. Definitely there is a program where West Palm Beach there are program I asked them to do it in other cities also. The Tallahassee or Jacksonville or Tampa house. So even Miami. So I think those things we need to focus on. We need to reach out more people. More chapters are there. I think chapters should take the lead on mobilizing different program, and we kind of structure the program, and that program should go to the different other program. I think that probably is the way I personally think that we should run the programs. Thanks, Priti. It was kind of yeah. You guys can throw me questions to Madhu, So
well, Niraj, I think one of the things that I wanted to ask you, Timur, communication skills, right? Making sure that you talk to people right away, because you want to make sure that they are all buying in to the idea that you have, right? So Timi, in 4 years, how do you think that skill has been polished based on the experience that you have? And what are the things that you feel that I could have done a little bit better, or things that you feel like, oh, I'm really good at it?
Actually, so professionally, also in my office, also I am the kind of a person for the companies, all the talks and everything. So I am the kind of a person to talk about the company, present the company, everything else. So that really helps me to bring that here in the NAF also, or vice versa, actually, So it is important to understand who you're talking, what do you want to get it out, what exactly you can get it out in future. And one of the things which I learned from a PhD is you do your experiment, but make sure you have a result in your brain and make sure you have that data which is becoming if it's going to be negative also, what is your plan B, correct? So that's critical thinking has helped me to work in both in my professional life as well as in the current career in the NAP actually. And that actually is the key factor for me for communications. Right? Just like मैले 6 बाट 30 मिनटमा कसलाई फोन गर्नुपर्छ I exactly know, right? Because I know who is going to answer that, and I know what I'm going to expecting the answers, and I know exactly, and what I'm going to focus on, and then I have to listen more than, kind of, rather than me talking more, I listen more, and then I analyze it, and then I said, okay, all right, if I have to answer it, I'll respond it. If not, then that's awesome, great. We are going to look forward for this. So I think that's listening is a key for the leadership, I think. And then you analyze it and you act it. You don't act it with the kind of a timro alkati. You have to be very balanced. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure more Natimite is quietly listener. So you have seen me in a soccer ground how violent I am, because that's where I get a chance to, throw all my tantrum on the Friday to all my guys from the Florida Chautari, who get all
That's because they listen to you.
because they listen to me,
That's
because
right.
I can those are the
Yeah.
guys who take all my stress out, so Well, and thanks to all of them, actually, that's the Friday night is the best stressed out night for me. It's just less night for me where I can take out all my uh, issues out.
त्यो 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 तपाईँले अघि भनेको त खासमा theoretical कुराहरू हो त्यो होइन, बट यु आर इम्प्लिमेन्टिङ द्याट प्र्याक्टिकली, द्याट्स भेरी
Right.
के भन्नु, एकदम सिक्नुपर्ने कुरा, इन्सपायरिङ कुरा हो होइन। अर्को कुरा चाहिँ तपाईँबाट जस्तो you are busy in many places, but also you are executing a lot of works के हुन्छ नि, प्रोडक्टिभिटी, त्यो प्रोडक्टिभिटी चाहिँ जस्तो आई ट्राई टु डु लट अफ थिङ्स होइन, तर यता हेऱ्यो यता फेसबुक चलायो उता लिङ्कडिन हेऱ्यो गर्दा गर्दै काम चाहिँ गर्नै भ्याएको हुँदैन कि, बट यु आर डुइङ द वर्क अल्सो, हाउ हाउ डु यु म्यानेज दिस?
Yeah, actually, no, actually, somehow I don't know, I balance everywhere. But as my wife Amina actually complained, oh, you don't do that, but I still try to do at home too, But I think it's my interest actually, just to make sure that I get in. If I do something, I try to give 100%, Doesn't matter, I try, sometimes I sleep at 2 in the morning, sometimes I sleep at 11 in the morning, depending upon what I have. And I think it's my interest. And I think to be a leader, you need to act as a leader, and you need to be on every aspects, You cannot just step out, You have to be present, That's the key thing. And मेरो विचारमा चाहिँ, So and also interested in who you are work with, yes. So if your team is not that great, then you don't feel like working as. But wherever I work, my teams are great. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. So, that's the team. Team is a very important actually, and that's also in my other professions and my office professions. My team is a great actually. So that inspired me to kind of work everywhere. And if in my home, my 2 kids and Amina is a great team, so I work with them too. Regardless, I get pushback sometimes, but I think I think the key thing is your team, and then you make sure that you work with the team. I think that's a key thing actually. So yeah, I know that I have so many things going on in my back, but one thing is out now, so I have more time. So let's see.
Right.
Actually, to piggyback on that, कस्तो मैले आफूले रियलाइज गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ भने, काममा लिडरसिपमा यु लाइक ओके 8 to 5 युआर doing whatever you're supposed to do. But community ko macha kasto hunदैछ भने you have that sense of like, okay, this is, I'm doing it for my आफ्नो इन्ट्रेस्टको लागि इन अ वे लाइक ओके म मेरो आफ्नो कम्युनिटीको लागि गर्दैछु भने चाहिँ यु काइन्ड अफ वान्ट टु गिभ मोर टु इट त्यो त्यो चाहिँ ब्याक अफ यर माइन्ड लाइक कामको चाहिँ इट्स काइन्ड अफ लाइक यु नो यु अलवेज लाइक ओके काममा you go 8 to 5 and then one day they might just let you go or whatever तर आफ्नो कम्युनिटीको लागि गर्न थालेपछि चाहिँ त्यो कम्युनिटी बिकम्स यर फ्यामिली क्या अनि त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यु वान्ट टु गिभ मोर टु इट
I just want to add one more point. मैले अस्ति पनि भने हैन अब यो कम्युनिटी भनेको चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ प्यासन हुँदो रहेछ एउटा लत हुँदो रहेछ हैन so you want to give it yes and the same time the people who we are all four of us yes you get a call at the night to get a help ask for the help yes and you guys won't say no you guys won't say you guys won't ignore it yes हैन that's what we are here for that's what the NAF is for हैन अनि त्यो लक भइसकेपछि तिमीले चाहिँ you want to act it हैन and I'll give you an example you want to act it and then that's how you get passionate about your working style in the community हैन अनि एउटा म अर्को एउटा त्यो भन्नु अगाडि अर्को एउटा के एड गर्छु भने चाहिँ I just want all of you know that हैन and then also the people who are listening is we are not here for Dasai Tihar celebrations only we are not here for Tihar के भन्छ कुनै सेलिब्रेट जाँदाखेरि तपाईहरुलाई बोलाएर अथवा कसैलाई बोलाएर पार्टी गरेर फन्ड रेज गर्ने मात्र हैन we are here for each of you actually each of you anything happen to you anything it come to us I think we are there we'll figure out how to do it I'm pretty sure Anil I remember those days during the COVID where we get a call from rescue call from getting the medicine call from taking the people out from the port of the Miami there are a lot of things we worked we never kind of disclose these things because these things are I think I told Priti actually I got a call at 10:30 the night and then I was trying to work till 1:30 and finally 1:30 we worked it out there was some issues somebody has some issues and then finally worked out at 1:30 तर मैले त्यो कल 10:30 मा आउँदाखेरि मैले इग्नोर गर्न सक्थे अनि तर त्यो कल आइसकेपछि I think I should I'm kind of a organization को lead पनि भएर organization मा पनि part भएकोले I thought no I have to work it out and I have to answer this one so we had a couple of calls and we figured out भन्नुको मतलब चाहिँ don't NAF is not about just these things. NAF is about any medical issues, any legal issues, any mental health, anything. Reach out to us. I think, and I'm pretty sure you guys are all into that too. So that's where we need to kind of. That's what is NAF about, and that's what we're going to bring these things more and more. हामीले अरु गर्ने चीज क्रिकेटर बोलाउने डक्टर विद बोलाउने त छँदैछ तर these things are the very important जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ I think that's where I enjoy most working. I enjoy satisfaction. Be a community leader, actually. So, मेरो विचारमा. Anything anybody wants to add it before we wrap up this final notes?
No, I think I think it comes from the leader, right? As a team, obviously you said that you have a really good team. But you would not have a good team if we did not have a good leader. So I think it comes from the top, and I think that has resonated among the team, and we have all worked together, and hopefully
I
it
think
continues.
it's also like how comfortable we feel with each other.
Right.
We have had fights, we have had disagreements. But at the end of the day, we come to a mutual understanding like, okay, it's not personal. It is our group effort to do it for the community. So that has always been the biggest achievement of ours, that we were able to work एकदमै closely as like, अब मधुसँग कतिको इन्टरेक्सन हुन्थ्यो लाइक विनोद र मेरो इन्टरेक्सन हुन्थ्यो हाई हेलो एकछिन गफ गरिन्थ्यो तर वी नेभर वेयर लाइक गफ कुरा काम गर्नको लागि वी नेभर केम टुगेदर त्यसरी तर this team actually taught us like, okay, when you don't like something, speak up. Otherwise they always are the person assuming, and that's not right. So I think that is one of the biggest lesson that I learned from this group actually. It has been so easy, but it has also been roller coaster ride at times, because there have been so many calls. Like kuny program garदाखेरि we had to like खाना खाइरहेको छ, okay, there is a call, you have to answer. So अब तिमीलाई नै तिम्रै पनि छोरी सुतन बेला भयो, we are still on a call. So we have sacrificed a lot, तर we have also come together as a group.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Thanks.
तर
Thanks.
त्यो मोस्ट अफ द डिसएग्रिमेन्ट भन्यो भने डिफ्रेन्ट पर्सपेक्टिभ भन्यो भने दे वर अल फर द हाउ टु एक्जिक्युट द इभेन्ट अर प्रोग्राम इफेक्टिभली भन्ने नै हुन्थ्यो होइन. सो वी वर क्लियर अबाउट द्याट थिङ्स. ओके, दिस एप्रोच विल बी बेटर भनेर. सो डिसएग्रिमेन्टमा पनि एग्री हुन्थ्यौँ अथवा एग्रिमेन्टमा एग्रिमेन्ट हुन्थ्यो होइन. सो वी वर्क इन द्याट वे एन्ड इट वाज रियली गुड टु वर्क विथ द गुड लिडरसिप. साँच्चै निरज दाईसँग काम गर्न इट वाज रियली रियली भेरी भेरी इजी. किन भन्दाखेरि एट द सेम टाइम अरू अरू अर्गनाइजेसनहरूमा पनि त्यो काम गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कम्पेयर भइहाल्दो रहेछ कि अन्तको लिडरसिप र यहाँको लिडरसिप चाहिँ ला कम्पेयर भइहाल्ने कि.
फेरि निरज र मधुले मिलेर अर्को अर्गनाइजेसन होला नि.
We are done with this. We're here to help now. We want to take it to the next level. I think our goal, Madhu and I discussed, like I think our goal is to now show what we have done to the people, and people should learn from us also. That's the reason we got approached by so many other organizations, like Embassy of Nepal, State Departments. So many people reach out to us. The people always say that's always the best to work with NAF. So I think we kind of अब मैले आफूलाई ऊ भनेर भनेको त होइन होइन, तर I think that's the reason we kind of we got a lot of traction because of that. And now my goal will be to more focused on to maintain that one, and also kind of let people work with us होइन. अब अहिले हामी आफै मात्र काम गरिरहेको छौँ होइन, तर हामीहरूको different very good programs. NAF Youth Forum programs उनीहरू छ होइन. So we can also kind of let other organizations do this kind of, let's do collaboration. So our goal is to be an ambassador and kind of promote the NAF actually outside the community actually, outside the Florida actually. That's what we are more focused on. And I think one of the platform we're going to use is a NAF podcast and a NAF Chautari actually. That's how we're going to bring a lot of stuff. So yeah. So having said that, I think it's a great evening. It's a NAF Chautari. First episode I just want to do with you guys. And then we're going to bring more interesting people. We're going to put people in a hot seat, and we try to get something out. That's what Madhu and I'm going to do it. So Binod and Priti, congratulations, both of you. And, I expect more as always. And then, and we are always here. And then, so we are still text away from you guys. So congratulations.
We'll
and
try not to disappoint you.
looking forward for the great, 10 years of both of you actually. So yeah, Madhu, you want to put the last words before I wrap it up?
हामीले यति कुरा गरिसक्दाखेरि पनि वी अलरेडी नो द्याट वाट वी हेभ टु डु भनेर चाहिँ विनोद दाई र प्रीतिले थाहा पाइसक्नु भएको छ होइन. अब त्यो गर्नुपर्ने कुरा के हो भन्ने थाहा भइसकेपछि अब त्यसलाई एक्जिक्युट मात्र कसरी गर्ने हो भन्ने कुरा हो होइन. एन्ड देन वी आर भेरी कन्फिडेन्ट द्याट यु विल take this NAF to the next level, and as Niraj Dai said, we are always there for you, and we will be helping NAF to expand and take the bigger level from different way.
Let me just say one thing. I know I'm looking forward to our next executive committee, but it won't be the same, right, Binod?
Right. Oh, yeah.
It won't be, because it will take us some time to, I guess for me, it was easy in the sense because I knew Niraj very closely, and सुरुदेखि नै काम गर्नलाई गाह्रो भएन. We would talk about anything, and then Binod came along, and even working with Binod was very easy. But अब आउने कमिटीको मेम्बर्सहरुमा, it will take us some time to get to know each other, like, so it's not gonna be the same. And like Madhu, you have been amazing help, like kehi paryo bhane that group 4 is like go-to place, like you want to sometimes someone texts you something, sometimes someone emails you something, and that's my like भेन्ट आउट गर्ने ठाउँ भएको थियो क्या सो आई होप वी क्यान कन्टिन्यू विथ द्याट बिकज यु गाइज नो what goes through it. So you guys are very all well aware of it. So I guess that group 4 should always stay there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy.
Right.
Well, we're always there. Yeah. Binod?
No, I mean, I completely agree with what Preeti said. I mean, for any team, right? I mean, there's always forming, norming, storming, and like that, right? So we need to go through all that for this new committee. But what I think is that what we have learned as a team, right? जसरी हामीले एउटा टिमबाट काम गर्दाखेरि कतिपय कुराहरू हुन्छ आई थिङ्क we try to at least के लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि we have एउटा culture, right, that we have created. So we'll continue with that culture. And then once the culture is strong and a good culture, right, then I think everything will be easy. So yeah, it takes some time, but what I'm confident about is that as a team, I know as a president, I know what we need to do and how we were able to accomplish the good work. So I need to kind of make sure that I get that to everyone so that everyone kind of understands like, okay, this is what we are going to do. This is where we want to get to. And have everyone have a voice so that way, if there are disagreement, we talk through that. अघि मधुले भने जस्तो हाम्रो चाहिँ एउटा के मोटिभ के हो त भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ हाम्रो सबैजना एज लङ एज एभ्री वान इज ओके कसरी एक्जिक्युट गर्ने कुरामा चाहिँ हाम्रो डिसएग्रिमेन्टहरू हुनसक्छ as long as you listen to that and then you find like, okay, here, this maybe my idea was not good. I mean, somebody else's idea was good. Then as long as I am able to accept that, right? I mean, it's easier for the team. So, Matthew Kurama, I think I don't have any doubt that, we will be able to get that one. But I think it will take some time, but it will all be for good.
Yep.
या
And
डेफिनेटली गाडी के अरे कि स्टार्ट हुने बित्तिकै दौडाउनु त हुँदैन होइन एकछिन चाहिँ इन्जिन तताउनु पर्यो या द्याट डेफिनेटली
yeah,
प्रिपरेसन टिम
and
बिल्डिङ
then Madhu and I won't charge a consulting fee.
Oh, yeah.
So that's free
It's
of
not for
cost. So,
profit.
yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate for this beautiful journey with you guys and the beautiful talk we had. I want to do it for the whole day, but I don't
I
think
know.
people want to listen for a whole day. This is kind of a summarize. We want to do it, yes. So, it's a take-home message for us and take-home message for you guys and take-home message for the upcoming leaders actually who want to lead the NAF. So
Yep.
nobody is perfect, but we're trying to be the best, trying to bring something good for the community. I think that's the kind of a take-home message for tonight's program actually. So having said that, have a great day, have a great evening, and have a great morning wherever you guys are listening. And thank you very much. Have a
Yep.
good
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
And
you.
thank you.